Well, Mark, first of all, in terms of the toss, can you talk me through the decision to bat first today?
Yeah, I think a couple of reasons. One was this is the third game that has been played on this surface, so we felt that probably it's not going to get any better. If anything, we might be able to take advantage of a wearing surface over the course of the game. And secondly, I think in any sort of knockout game, any pressure game, runs on the board can create a scenario where with Somerset with a youngish batting lineup, we could have put them under some pressure. So.
And in terms of that plan, do you think it was just a case of the execution, or looking back on it, do you feel a bit different?
No, absolutely the execution. Yeah, we're none for one to start with. Isn't a great start, and then I think we're probably a few too many softish dismissals. Ways we found ways to get out. Never really built any partnerships to be able to compile a total that was going to create any pressure.
Do you think it was a tricky surface to adjust to?
No, I don't think so. I think actually it probably played a little bit better. I suppose one dismissal, Graham Van Buren's dismissal, that ball certainly misbehaved a little bit. But no, I think it was just a lack of application on our part. I think if we, as a batting unit, really invested in taking the sting out of their attack, then I was confident we could certainly post something that our bowling unit could certainly give a good go at defending.
And in terms of the competition as a whole, starting off with those 6 consecutive wins, just pretty much all departments seeming to work so well. Did the last 2 losses coming into this game, do you think that has played any part today at all?
I don't think so. No. Obviously there's a sense that you might lose some momentum going into that. But I think once you get to knockout cricket, form guide probably goes out the window a little bit. We benefited from that last year in the Blast. So no, we saw today very much as a game in its own right. And we certainly carried over the confidence that we accrued from those first 6 group games going into today.
How do you look back on the competition as a whole now?
Yeah, I think with some positivity. To string together those 6 games, the performances both collectively and individually, I think was something that we can take a lot of positives from. The likes of Tommy Boorman, Daz Ahmed coming into the competition, performing well. James Bracey's form across the group games was phenomenal. So I think we're disappointed naturally not to progress, but equally there are some individual performances that we can take some pride in.
And in terms of what remains, the championship with 3 rounds, what are you looking for as a club out of those games in terms of, I guess, to take into next year, or just in terms of aims for this year?
Yeah, I think that's probably a question for Mark a little bit. We'll kind of regroup now. We're finished. He finishes, I think, today. So we'll get our heads around these 3 or these forthcoming championship games. And see where we go from there.
Thanks very much, Mark.
No problem.